up, guys? This is just one guy, and I'm back here with my Mistborn project. And this was a hard one. It took me about 2 weeks to finally do, but at the end, I figured it out. I got the AI to use the powers. He can now still jump, and he can now super jump, and he can use all the pewter powers, and he can use the tin powers, and I believe the steel powers. First, let's make him a steel user. What's that? Now, let's go up pewter first. And now you can see, hit play here. He can now do a little super jump and chase you. And although it seems simple, it took a really long time to do. And if you go to a height that's above his, if you land on something, he'll actually chase you up there with the super jump. I also fixed the healing and calculated the stats for doing damage. So as you can see, now he can heal properly, and he can do more damage, and all the stats work and everything like that. So that's for pewter. And now let's just give him steel powers. And you can see, locked onto him by accident. He'll now go in the air and do coin jumps. And that took a really long time to do. And he's actually using up his steel reserve, so eventually he'll run out of steel and he won't be able to do that anymore. But if you get too far away, he'll now coin jump you to you. So those two things right there took me entire 2 weeks. It's really hard to get the AI to jump in here. I don't know why Unity just doesn't make it in a standard package. They have something where you could kind of jump with the nav mesh, but it never really works quite right. And the animations always look funny when you try to do it that way. But this way, I got it now where I can control how far he jumps, how high he jumps, and I think I did a pretty good job. But now he can now use the steel jump and a regular super jump. And that right there took me about 2 weeks. Now I'm starting to work on the main menu, a UI, just fixing a lot of this stuff that's out of date and upgrading it. Excuse me. But for the most part, I'm basically finished. I just got to add ATM, which I'm going to do last, which is the last metal. And what that does, if you haven't read the books, is it allows you to see a couple of seconds into the future, which should be pretty easy. The hardest part about it is, I imagine, will be doing VFX. But I got an idea how to accomplish that already. Other than that, I've just been working on all the background stats that actually control how much damage you do with all the powers and how fast you move. Here's a good example. Let me just freeze the AI for a minute. Stop it from moving. You can see if I attack the enemy now, he does that little bit of damage. But I added it so if you use 10 now, it now increases your critical chance because the person can see better, and all his senses are enhanced. So I figured he'd be able to attack at like just the right spot. So now it increases your chance of doing critical damage. And I have the dexterity. The dexterity controls your critical damage, which the 10 increases. And I have it set pretty high, so he's always doing a critical attack with every hit. But normally it wouldn't be that high. It would be like a chance thing, and it just increases your chance of getting a critical attack. And you can see if I combine it with Pewter, he's now doing even more damage. So all his stats are fully in, and he can the AI can also use the stats. So if I were to make him a Pewter user and a tin user, he would also be doing just as much damage as me. And I just fixed a lot of the glitches, like now that body doesn't rotate towards you anymore, and fixed the combat a little bit. And my last update, I completely overhauled the combat, so the AI can do all the attacks you can do. He can even do the little jump attacks and everything like that. Just allow him to fully go. Oh yeah, he still got the steel powers, but he can do all the attacks you can do. As you can see now, I set that up in the last update. But now he just doesn't attack all back to back anymore. And I just fixed a lot of the a lot of little stuff that made combat a little bit better. The only thing that's really left is to add the VFX to the combat and fix some of the animations. As you can see, he's doing a little jump flip there. He can actually stun you and knock you out too. But overall, I think it's turned out pretty good. Oh, the only thing I have left to work on in movement-wise for the AI is to allow them to do this right here, the little dodges, which I haven't quite figured out how I'm gonna do yet, but I got some ideas. Mostly, I think I'll just use it when the AI does it. I think I'll use it for dodging, and that's about it. But other than that, he can pretty much do everything you can do. The only thing was it took me a really long time to figure out the jumping for the AI. And where is he? There he is. That little walking to the side thing right there, that's actually an animation error. So I'll fix that in a couple of, well, as soon as I get time. But other than that, that's about it. Let's just go over some of the stats I put in. You got the physical resistance stat. When you use Pewter now, it actually enhances your physical resistance. So not only do you heal, but you take less damage, which is pretty consistent to how the books work. I added that in, and then dexterity is basically like how it will. I put it in to mimic how smooth the pewter. I mean, not the pewter. The 10 users are supposed to be. It's supposed to clear your mind, and it's supposed to enhance your senses, so you have better balance and stuff like that. And the dexterity represents that stat. So when you use 10, it increases your dexterity, which increases your critical chance in attack and your chance of doing critical attacks when you're attacking. Then you have Constitution, which is health, speed, which is speed, strength, and then you have the skill points that'll give you the abilities and basically all the other stats. But other than that, that's it for today. Thank you for watching.